Shalom Israel. Shalom Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commandant General, been teaching the truth since 1969 that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the 12 Lord tribes of the nation of Israelite. So today is the Sabbath service, right? So again, we do all the laws and things like we do choose whatever it is written in the Bible, we do and things like so. We are about to begin the Sabbath service and things like so. Shalom Israel. Yeah, sure. La Hashala to Israel.
Padam means still and is.
We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashemaya, Kodash, Ayah, Samka, Yahweh, Lakwaka, Kaba'a, Atizaka, Ayah, Aisha, Aratiza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashemaya, Natan, Lanano, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Noah, Awak Noah, Asalak Noah, Abawaki Noah, Wala'a, Tabia Noah, Basawan, Abal, Oshai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, Wa'alomnium, Aman.
In the English, our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us debts, I will forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. You're going to say the Hakka, Yahweh, Bashem, Oshai, Abukasha, Latanawa, Akat, Akat, Apad, Hamakala, Okamadawan, Akat, Lata, Amatazarium, Akat, Lakoyam, Amatayam, Akat, Ayakawat, Atemalala, Nagarishin, Bashem, Oshai, Tawadaman.
The English, Yahweh,
name of Yahweh, please give us a power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, for to cleanse lepers, for to raise the dead, for against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. We're going to say, bless Israel, Yahweh, Bashem, Oshai, Barak, Bashala, Abaya, Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Agan, Bashem, Oshai, Tawadaman.
English, Yahweh,
name
of Yahweh,
bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. We will say Psalms 121, Ashaya, Ayanya, Alhayam, Mayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Mayam, Yahweh, Ashaya, Shamayam, Warataza, Aletan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayawam, Tamarka, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yasayan, Tamawa, Yashala, Yahweh, Tamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Adiyai, Shabyamka, Yawam, Ashamash, La'a, Yakalka, Wayakrak, Bayala, Yahweh, Yashamalka, Makairai, Yashama, Adnashpaka, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Tazalka, Wabaka, Maita, Waid, I will.
In the English, Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
Unto the hills.
Whence cometh my help?
Whence cometh my help?
Coming from the Most
My help cometh from the Most High. Which made heaven and earth.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Neither slumber nor sleep.
Neither slumber nor sleep.
Most High thy keeper.
Most High thy keeper.
Most High thy shade.
Most High thy shade.
Upon thy right
hand.
The sun shall not smite thee
The
by
sun shall not smite
day,
thee
nor the moon by
nor the
night.
moon by night.
The Most High shall preserve
The Most High shall preserve
thee
thee
from
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The Most
soul.
High shall preserve thy going
And thou
out
shalt preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in
this time forth.
from this time forth
Even forevermore.
and even forevermore. We will say Psalm 83. Alahayam, Alamayalaka, Aikashakwash, Wal, Tashakwak, Alkaya, Hana, Abuwoka, Yahama, Yawan, Raish, Ilmaka, Wa'ira, Yamawa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'at Tazawa, Aitasukawanka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakadam, Magawa, Wala'a, Yasaka, Shamashala, Iwada, Haya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Yakawada, Ayaka, Bariat, Yakara, Tawa, Alahaya, Adawam, Washamai, Alahayam, Wa'aba, Wa'aba, Wahagariam, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Pashalak, Ayaba'a, Tazawa, Kamashawa, Lanawa, Amiyam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Laban, Yalawat, Salah, Ashalahayam, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kabiyan, Banakal, Pashawan, Nasha Madwa, Bayanadaira, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayat Tamwa, Nada, Yap, Mamwa, Kaira, Kasa Abba, Wakaza Abak, Wakaza Zal, Manai, Kanasa, Yakamawa, Asha, Amawa, Naya Rasha, Lanawa, At, Namawat, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayata, Tamwa, Gangala, Kakwash, Lapanarawa, Kakwash, Tabiaira, Raira, Wakala Abba, Kalahat, Ayaram, Kantaradaima, Paima, Basaraika, Wabasa, Wabataika,
Wabasa, Wapatka,
Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabaswa, Chamka, Yahweh, Yabaswa, Wayabahalwa, Idiai, Wayakaparwa, Wayababwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayata, Chamwa, Chamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ayuan, Aika, Aratiza.
In the English, Psalms 83. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Most High. Hold on thy peace.
Hold on thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Most
O Most High.
For lo, thine enemies make it too much. And they that hate thee, lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off. From being a nation. The name of Israel. No more in remembrance. They have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gebal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. Assur. Also is joined with them. Their husbands. The children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Syria. As to Jabin. And the brook of Kison. The sheriffs of Endor. They became as dung for thee. Make them noble. Like Oreb. Like Zeb. Yea. All the princes. Azab. And Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High possession. O my power, make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As a fire burneth a wood. And as a flame set to the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Most High, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. And men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, the Most High over all the earth. Sir? I.S.U.P.K, this means to be seated. So again, we're going to continue off from where we left off last, Sabbath reading. Again, the I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any religious group or organization. And as you know, as Sasha mentioned, we keep all the laws because this is courts, right? So we're going to start off by going to the book of Exodus, chapter 36. Exodus chapter 36, and we're starting off where we left off, verse 18, right? Let's read. Waya Aisha Korah Shayat Naka Sata Kama Shayam Laka Bara Atha Ya'a Haya Ha'a Hala Laha Yafa Aka Kad Waya Aisha Maka Saha La'a Hala Iratha Faha Aya Alahayam Ma'a Mad, Mayam, Wama, Kasaha, Iratha, Taka, Shayam, Mala, Ma'ai, La, verse 20. Wayam, Aisha, Atha, Aqua, Rashayam, Lama, Shakan, Aitazaya, Shatayam, Aim, Dayam, Aishara, Amatha, Araka, Hakwa, Rasha, Wa'a, Maha, Wakatazaya, Ha'a, Ma, Rakab, Hakwa, Rasha, Ha'akad, Wathaya, Yadatha, Lakwa, Rasha, Kada, Masha, Ladatha, Aka, Allah, Akatha, Kana, Aisha, Lakal, Korah, Shaya, Hama, Shakan, verse 23. Waya, Aisha, Atha, Akwara, Shayam, Lama, Shakan, Aisha, Rayam, Korah, Shayam, Lapatha, Nagab, Taya, Manaha, Wa'a, Rabba, Ayam, Ada, Naya, Kalapa, Aishaha, Takath, Aisha, Rayam, Haka, Rashayam, Wanaya, Ada, Nayam, Takatha, Aqua, Rasha, Ha'a, Kada, Lasha, Taya, Yada, Tayawo, Washa, Naya, Ada, Nayam, Takatha, Aqua, Rasha, Ha'a, Kada, Lasha, Taya, Yada, Tayawo.
Exodus chapter 36 and verse 18. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. Verse 19. And he made a covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and a covering of badger skin above that. Verse 20. And he made boards for the tabernacles of the shittim wood standing up. Verse 21. The length of the board was 10 cubit, and the breadth of the board 1 cubit and a half. Verse 22, one board had 2 tenons, equally distant from one another. Thus did he make for all the boards of the tabernacle. Verse 23, And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, southwards. Verse 24. And 40 sockets of silver he made under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and the 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons.
So again, this is the continuation from where we left off, last Sabbath reading, and we continue, reading on, as these men went out to the instructions of Moses, of the Most High passed down to Moses, and passed down onto these men. And as the scripture say, the spirit will move, because why? These men had that zeal, to serve the Most High. So,
yeah, no see, and when you watch how the Most High building the structure, right? So when we see tabernacles like a building a house and thing, I say how the Most High building the structure for to come and worship. When you watch it now, you will be comfortable coming and praise the Most High, because again, all this how we designing the sea and thing is designing this for the children of Israel and thing, right? Nobody else and thing. And when you go through the whole scriptures, even to all the feast days and things, you go see that no heathens and things to come to them. When we see heathens, the other nations. So all this thing the Most High going to here and making this thing is for you, the children of Israel. I mean, what certain metals and all to right you see in gold, right? And thing, right, one of the most expensive metal in the world, right? And then afterwards followed by silver, followed by brass and thing, right? These metals are very expensive, and what we doing this all for the children of Israel and all too. And then after many times we read scriptures, they seen about shifting mode and thing, right? So like many are we like we are when like making like discrimination because when what the world put that you have some people are concrete house and a wood house and thing, but what really Most High really designing this now, we design this whole structure out mostly out that shifting mode and thing, right? So like if you already have a good carpenter or builder and thing, think that wood house will look extremely good, just like how you're seeing in the scriptures here. How the Most High want to go and build this whole structure and see what shifting wood, and that's the little definition, right? Because where we going through it all the time, and let's say about shifting wood, and here let's say about shifting wood, right? The wood is of shatter tree, right? So and then after now you will right now the tree more or less like in southern US, so that will more find it that will yeah, in the US and thing, right? So right now it has a couple of the trees right there right now. So you see again now who the trees have. So you see again the oppressor more or less growing nobody's tree, and he got his tree growing and all. So that just to show you again that the things that we should be having, other nations having it and things too, right? And then after I go on to say that the wood is and also they are hard, heavy, dense wood and things too. You see again? So like when we go back and think again now, the Most High make it right whereby it could withstand, it's durable, it's long lasting and thing, right? So just like when we went back and the shopping again with the tree walls that huff and puff and blow down and thing all them pig house and all them thing, right? So you see how the structure the Most High set up these things and things, yeah. Hey, you children of Israel, this is for you, I think, right? So I taking all my time getting all these things for you, all these metal, all these the best set of wood, the curtains and things where you're checking about fine linen and all these things. I just want you to follow and you come and praise me and everything will be in order, right?
So we'll continue on. Look at Exodus chapter 36 and verse 25. La taza la'ai amasha kana asha nayatha lapa atha tazapa yana aisha rayam para shayam wa'a rabah ayam adha naya hama kasap shanaya adha nayam Katha, Aqua, Rasha, Ha'a, Kada, Washa, Naya, Ada, Nayam, Katha, Aqua, Rasha, Ha'a, Kada, Wala, Yara, Katha, Ya, Hama, Shakan, Yamaha, Aisha, Shaha, Qora, Shayam, Washa, Naya, Qora, Sham, Aisha, Lama, Wataza, Haitha, Hama, Shakan, Baya, Raka, Tayam, Waha, Yawa, Tawa, Mala, Mata, Waya, Kadawa, Yahawa, Atha, Tama, Tamayam, Allah, Ra'a, Shawa, Allah, Hata, Ba'aitha, Ha'a, Katha, Kala, Kana, Aisha, Lasha, Nayaham, Lasha, Naya, Hama, Watazata, Vastiti, Waha, Yaha, Shama, Naha, Qara, Shayam, Wa'ada, Nayam, Kasab, Shaha, Aishara, Ada, Nayam, Shanaya, Ada, Nayam, Shanaya, Ada, Nashayam, Katha, Aqua, Rasha, Ha'a, Kada, verse 31, Waya, Aisha, Bara, Yahaya, Aitazaya, Shatayam, Hama, Shaha, Laqwa, Rashaha, Taza, La'ai, Hama, Shakan, Ha'a, Katha, Waha, Masha, Bara, Yakam, Laquara, Shaya, Tazai, Hama, Shakan, Asha, Nayatha, Waka, Masha, Bakwaya, Aquayakam, Lakwa, Rashaya, Hama, Shakana, Laya, Raka, Tayam, Yama.
Exodus chapter 36 and verse 25. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is towards the north corner, he made 20 boards, verse 26, and the 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board, verse 27. And for the sides of the tabernacle westwards, he made 6 boards, verse 28, and 2 boards made for the corners of the tabernacles in the 2 sides, verse 29. And they were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. Thus did he to put both of them in both the corners. Verse 30. And there was 8 boards, and their sockets was 16 sockets of silver under every board, 2 sockets. Verse 31. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, verse 32, and the 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the board of the tabernacle for the side westward.
Right, so again, we see again, and just as I make mention, you see where the real tent builders came from, because everything was precise, and the instructions, as we say. Just as we say, when we get the drawings, we just execute the work. And these men were executing the work, that was given from Moses, from the Most High unto Moses. And that's why, again, in Israel, as we say, you will always find the best house builders, and as the scripture says, tent builders. Right? So, is that anything?
No,
okay. Right? So, we'll continue on from verse 33. Right? Book of Exodus, chapter 33, 36 and verse 33 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K, Haba, Rayaha, Hatha, Yakan, Labara, Ka, Batha, Waka, Aqua, Rashayam, Mana, Aqua Tiza, Allah, Aqua Tiza, Wa'atha, Aqua Rashayam, Tiza, Baha, Zahab, Wa'at, Taba, Aitham, Aisha, Zahab, Bathayam, Laba, Rayakam, Waya, Tazapa, Atha, Abba, Rayakam, Tazab, Waya, Aisha, Apa, Apara, Taka, Saya, Salaka, Taka, Lata, Wa'a, Raga, Mana, Watha, Wala Aitha Wana Ya Wana Wanaya Washa Sha Masha Zara Ma'ai Shaha Kashab Aishaha Atha Kara Bayam Waya Aisha Laha Ara Baha Ba'aya Aima Wadaya Shatayam Waya Tazapama Zahab Waya Hayam Zahab Waya Tazakwa Laham Ara Ba'aiha Ada Naya Kapa Skalakia Kasapa Wayasha Masaka Lapa Taka Ha'a Hala Taka Lataha Wa'a Bagamana Mana Watha Wala Aitha Shanaya Washa Sha Masha Zara Ma'ai Shaha Raquam verse 38 Wa'atha Aima Wada Yawa Kama Shaha Wa'atha Waya Ama Wataza Faha Ra'a Shaya Ama Waka Shakwa Yaha Wayaham Zaab Wa'a Dana Yaham Kama Shaha Naka Shatha. Book of Exodus chapter 37 and verse 1. Waya Aisha Bataza La'a Allah Atha Ka'a Wana Aitazaha Shatha Yama Amma Faha Yama Waka Tazaya Ara Kawa Wa'a Maya Maha Waka Tazaya Ra Kabawa Wa'a Maha Waka Tazaha Wama Thawa.
Exodus chapter 36 and verse 33. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the board from one end to the other. Verse 34. And he overlaid the board with gold and made their rings of gold to be placed for the bars and overlaid the bars with gold. Verse 35. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twin linen with cherubims made he it of the cunning work, verse 36, and he made thereunto 4 pillars of the shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver, verse 37, and he made an hanging for the tabernacles door of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen and needlework, verse 38, and the 5 pillars of it with their hooks, and he overlaid their chapiters and their fillets with gold, but their 5 sockets were of brass. Exodus chapter 37 and verse 1. Bezaleel made the ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it.
So again, you continue to read on, and just as I make mention, the chapters again that the columns and we just call columns, and as you say, with everything by specs again that was given unto you, right? So you continue on reading from the book of Exodus chapter 37 and verse 2. Wayataza Fahawa Zahab, right? Taha Wara Maba Yatha Yawam Kawa Taza Waya Aisha Lawa Zahab Sabah Yaba Waya Tazakwa Lawa Ara Ba'ai Sabah Aitha Zahab Ayla Ara Ba'ai Matha Yawa Washa Taya Sabah Aitha Ayla Tazara Aywa Ha'a Katha Washa Taya Sabah Aitha Ayla Tazara Aywa wa Asha Nayatha was 4 Waya Aisha Badaya Aitazaya Shatayam Waya Tazapa Thama Zahab Waya Ba'a Atha Abad Yam Batha Ba'aita Ayla Tazala Aita Ha'a Rana Lama Lasha Atha Ha'a Rana Waya Aisha Kapa Ratha Zahab Ayha Salakya Taha Wara Amma Tayam Waka Taza, yeah. Ara, Papa, Kaha, Salah, Kaha, Wa'ama, Waka, Taza, Ba, Raka, Ba, the 7, Waya, Aisha, Shanaya, Para, Bayam, Zaab, Makwa, Shah, Aisha, Ha, Atham, Masha, Naya, Watza, Watha, Wa, Aka, Parata, Ka, Ra, Waba, Akad, Makwa Tazaha, Mazaha, Waka, Raraba, Akad, Makwa, Tazar, Mazaba, Mana, Aka, Paratha, Aisha, Atha, Haka, Rabayam, Masha, Naya, Wataza, Wa, Watha, Wa.
Exodus chapter 37, verse 2. And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and he made a crown of gold to it round about. Verse 3. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold to be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. Verse 4. And he made staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Verse 5. And he put the staves into the ring by the side of the ark to bear the ark. Verse 6. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. Verse 7. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten out of one piece, made he them on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Verse 8. 1 cherub on the end on this side, and the other cherub on the other end on that side. Out of the mercy seat made he the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof.
Right, and when you really look back at this now, you see in the exact same description, because we have scriptures, we could pull and we could show the exact same thing, where Ezekiel, made mention in the vision. I believe Daniel and all made mention that same exact thing that is in the 4th dimension, where the Most High is seated, is the same exact thing that is being made right here. As we read on through the scriptures, that we know where the Most High will meet, Moses, or meet through the children of Israel to plead with them. And this is, as you say, it is again the Ark of the Covenant. This was where the instructions, where the Most High, as we say, read on in the earlier part, saying that, giving Moses the instructions to give to these men, as they carry it out. The same exact thing that is, as we make mention, where the Most High is seated, is the same exact thing that is happening here, right? Where the Most High will meet with the children of Israel. Right? Right?
Yeah.
To continue on from the book of Exodus, chapter 9, 37 and verse 9. Wayaha wa Yahweh wa verse 9 wa Yahweh Akara Bayam Para Shaya Yana Payam Lama Ayla Saka Kayam Baka Napa Yaham Ayla Aka Parata Wapa Nayam Ayasha Allah Aka Yawa Allah Aka Parata Hayawa Panaya Akara Bayam Waya Aisha Atha Asha Lakana Aitaza Shatayam Amatha Yam Ara Kawo Wa'a Maha Ra Kabawa Wa'a Maha Wakatazaya Wamatha Yautawa verse 11 Waya Tazapa Aithawa Zahab Taha Bara Waya Aisha Lawa Zara Zahab Shaba Yaba Waya Aisha Lawa Masa Garatha Ta Paka Sabah Yara Sabah Yaba Waya Aisha Zara Zahab Lama Saga Rathawa Sabah Yaba Waya Tazakwa Lawo Abba Araba Ba'ai Taba Aitha Aiza Zahab Waya Tana Atha Waya Tana Atha Atab, Aita, Ala, Ara, Ba'ai, Apa, Afa, Ashara, La'a, Rabai, Ragal, Yawa, was 14. La'ai, Matha, Ama, Saga, Rafa, Hayawa, Hata, Ba'aita, Batha, Batayam, Laba, Dayam, Lasha, Ata, Asha, Lakana. Verse 15. Waya, Aisha, Ata, Abada, Abadayam, Aitazaya, Wata, Watayam, Shatayam, Wayatazapa, Atham, Zahab, Lasha, Lashafa, Ata, Asha, Lakan.
Exodus chapter 37 and verse 9. And the cherubim spread out their wings on high and covered with their wings over the mercy seat, with their faces one to another, even to the mercy seat were the faces of the cherubim. Verse 10. And he made the table of the shittim wood 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. Verse 11. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and made thereunto a crown of gold round about. Verse 12. Also he made thereunto a border of an handbreadth round about, and he made a crown of gold for the border thereof round about. Verse 13. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings upon the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Verse 14. Over again the borders with the ring, the places for the staves to bear the table. Verse 15. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. Verse 16. And he made the vessel which were upon the table, his dishes, and his spoons, and his bowls, and his covers to cover with all of pure gold.
As we read on more, we're going to be going there, because remember now, all these styles and them that as you know, read in verse 14, to bear the table. Remember now, that weight is pure gold, as we keep on reading, as you hear the word Zahab mentioned, that gold. You see how much time it been mentioned, because now again, just as the instruction, lay everything in gold. Because why? Because again, this is where Musa is going to be meeting with the children of Israel, right? And this is again one more, you could ask for, and when I mean one more, you could ask for. This is your record, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you see, the work that that our forefather our forefathers put in, in obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments, and obeying the orders. And this is why now, again, why we're reading through this, because why? It's the same application, that is going to be made unto us this day, that we must put in, that work by the instructions, for us, because why? And that work is to bring honor unto the Most High, right? So, continue.
No, that's good.
We have this.
17. We are 17.
Book of Exodus, chapter 37, and verse 16, right? Waya. Verse 16. Waya Sha'ai, Waya Aisha, Atha, Akala, Yama, Aishara, Aila, Asha, Lakana, Atha, Wa'ira, Tayawa, Wa'atha, Kapa, Tayawa, Wayatha, Mana, Waya, Tayawa, Wayatha, Wayatha, Aqua, Shawatha, Ashara, Yasaka, Bahana, Zab, Taha, Wara, Waya, Aisha, Atha, Ama, Naraha, Zab, Taha, Wara, Makwa, Shaha, Aisha, Atha, Ha, Hama, Naraha, Yara, Taha, Wakwa, Naha, Gaba, Ya'ai, Yaha, Shapa, Tara, Yaha, Wapara, Kayaha, Manaha, Ha, Yawa, Washa, Shaha, Wana, Yama, Yataza, Yama, Matazada, Yaha, Shalah, Shaha, Panaya, Mana, Raha, Mataza, Daha, Ha'a, Kad, Ha'aha, Akad, Washala, Shahab, Panaya, Mana, Kwaha, Matazada, Da, Asha, Naya, Shala, Shaha, Gaba, Aya, Ba, Masha, Kwada, Wama, Yama, Salakia, Bakwa, Naha, Ha'aka, Kapa, Tara, Wapara, Waparaka, Wasaha, Baba, Ayam, Masha, Kodayam, Bakwa, Naha, Ka, Kapathara, Wapara, Kana, Lasha, Shata, Aqua, Nayam, Ayaza, Ayam, Mana, Ama, Wara, Waba, Mana, Wabanaha, Ara, Ba'aiha, Rabah, Ayam, Masha, Kodayam, Kapa, Thara, Tharaya, Wapara, Kaya, verse 21, Waya, Salakia, Wakaha, Thara, Katha, Shania, Yakwa, Yayam, Manaha, Kapa, Thara, Kapa, Katha, Wanaya, Aqua, Nayam, Manaha, Kapa, Thara, Katha, Shania, Aqua, Nayam, Manaha, Lasha, Shata, Aqua, Nayam, Aya, Tazayam, Manaha, Kapa, Tharayam, Wakwa, Natham, Manaha, Ayawa, Kala, Kalaha, Makwa, Shaha, Atha, Aka, Za, Taha, Ra.
Exodus chapter 37 and verse 16. And he made the vessel which were upon the table, his dishes, and his spoon, and his bowls, and his covers, to the cover with all of pure gold. Verse 17. And he made the candlesticks of pure gold, of beaten work, made he the candlesticks, his shaft, and his branch, his bowls, his snuff, and his flowers were of the same. Verse 18. And the 6 branches going out of the sides thereof, 3 branches of the candlesticks out of one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlesticks out of the other side thereof. Verse 19. 3 bowls made after the fashion of Ammon, in one branch a knot and a flower, and 3 bowls made like Ammon, in another branch a nut and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. Verse 20. And in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almond, his nut and his flower. Verse 21. And a nut under 2 branches of the same, and a nut under 2 branches of the same, and a nut under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of it. Verse 22. Their nut and their branches were of the same. All of it was one beaten work of pure gold.
And again, when they see that word knock, again, all these is the ornaments and decorations again, decorated, this table, right? So again, we continue to read on. The book of Exodus, chapter 37 and verse 23. Waya I.S.U.P.K Nara Tayaha Shaba Iha Wama Lakwa Kaya Ma Wama Papa Tayaha Zab Taha Ora Ka Kara Zab Ta Awa Ra Aisha Atha Wa'a Ta Kala Yaha Waya Aisha Atha Maza Baka Ha Aqua Paratha Aitazaya Shatayam Ama Ara Kawa Wa'a Raka Bawo Rabba Wa'a Mathayam Wama Tawo Manawo Ayawo Aqua Takata Ratha Aitazaya Shatayam Salah Quara Natha Waya Tazapa Athawo Zab Taha Wara Atha Gawo Wa'atha Waya Ratha Yawo Sabah Yaba Wa'atha Quara Natha Yawa Waya, Aisha, Lao, Zara, Zahab, Sabah, Yaba, Waya, Salakya, Wasa, Taya, Ta, Ba'aita, Zahab, Aisha, Lao, Mata, Khata, Lazar, Rawa, Aira, Sataya, Taza, La'ai, Tayawa, Aira, Shanaya, Taza, Dayawa, Laba, Dayam, Laba, Dayam, Lasha, Atawa, Baham, Waya, Aisha, Abada, Yam, Aitazaya, Wathayam, Waya, Tazapa, Afam, Zah.
Exodus chapter 37 and verse 23. And he made his 7 lambs and his snuffers, and his snuffers dish of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold made he it, and all the vessels thereof. Verse 25. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth of it a cubit. It was 4 squares, and 2 cubits was the height of it. The horns thereof were of the same. Verse 26. And he overlaid it with pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round about, and the horns of it. Also he made unto it a crown of gold round about. Verse 27. And he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof, by the 2 corners of it upon the 2 sides thereof, to be placed for the staves to bear it withal. Verse 28. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Verse 29. And he made the holy anointing oil, the pure incense of sweet spices, according to the works of the I.S.U.P.K.
Right? So, again, as we, come to the end of the Sabbath reading, we always bring that reminder to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we continue to read on through, these records, and to bring all these reminders of, what is taking place here through the records. And the records, bring it, as we say, in the most simplest form. And then now, by seeking out a man understanding, as the scripture says, he's going to bring that understanding and bring the explanation what is really going on. Because again, a builder could give you this whole rundown. I just making this as an example of how to build this, because why? It's something that that he does on a daily basis. And this is why now again, these records belong to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And any other nation, try to dabble within, these records, going to teach you otherwise. Because they might see these things and they're recorded here, and, telling you otherwise than what is written here. Telling you, no, that know what I mean, that know what this mean. But if you go to read through again, because with what we're doing, as you say, reading through the entirety of our records, this is what we do on the Sabbath. You're going to get the full understanding of what is taking place here in your records, because this is you that we're reading about. This is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we're reading about. We're reading about ourselves right here, and the instructions that we ought to follow. As the scripture say, not the way I did it, right? So again, that anything for you.
And that's what you say now too. So how we go be straight with the Most High, and what the Most High want we to do. So the Most High want we to serve him, and we do now, we praising the Most High for everything he done. So and how you go about that is the same spirit the Most High have is
That's right.
to love what you like, to love what you like, and to hate what you like, and that's just so simple. The things with the Most High hate, you hate that too, and now there's the same that same spirit. And the things with the Most High love, that's love the things with the Most High love, and you're straight with it with the Most High.
Couldn't be said, right? And with that, we say, I imagine. Sa
La Ashala to Israel.
Panyam Padam, this means turn and face the east.
You're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodat, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Lakwaka, Taba'a, Atizaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baratiza, Hawa, Ayah, Bashemaya, Yachan, Lanoa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Noah, Tabwak Noah, Asalak Noah, Tabwaki Noah, Wala, Tabir Noah, Isawan, Abol, Oshai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Ala, Watapara, Alumium, Aman.
The English, our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and give us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not
into
temptation,
temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
Thine
is the kingdom,
and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. We're going to say the Hakat, Yahweh, Hashem, Oshai, Akasha, Atanawa, Akat, Lapa, Kalmakala, Kalmadawan, Akat, Lata, Atmadaria, Akat, Lakoyam, Atamala, Akat, Ayakowat, Atamala, Lagarison, Bashem, Oshai, Tawadaman.
The English, Yahweh,
name of yourself. Speak about the poor, for the heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, for the cleanse the leper, for to raise the dead, for against unclean spirits, cast them out. In the name of yourself. Thank you. So be it. We're going to say, bless Israel, Yahweh, Bashem, Oshai, Barakanawa, Bashala, Apaya, Saparium, Barak, Rapa, Magun, Agun, Bashem, Oshai, Tawadaman.
The English, what you just said, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name of Yahweh.
Name of Yahweh.
Please give us a bracket. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name of Yahweh.
Name of Yahweh.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect our loved ones.
Protect our loved ones.
Name of Yahweh.
Name of Yahweh. Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. We're going to say Psalms 121. Ashaya. Ayanya. Alhayayam. Maayan. Yaba'a. Isaiah. Maayam. Yahweh. Ashaya. Shamayam. Waratiza. Ayatan. Amuwat. Wagalka. Aliyawam. Tamarka. Anna. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashayan. Tamarka. Yashala. Yahweh. Tamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Adiyai. Shamayanka. Yamawam. Hashamash. La'a. Yaka'a. Wayarak. Balala. Yahweh. Yashamalka. Makairai. Yashamash. Ashashapaka. Yahweh. Yashama. Tazalka. Wabaraka. Maita. Waib. Iwillam.
In English, I will lift up my eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
Unto the hills.
From whence come my help?
Welcome my help.
Welcome from the Most High.
Welcome from the Most High.
Which made heaven and
Which
earth.
made heaven and
You
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be
You will
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber. Behold,
He that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel.
neither slumber nor sleep.
And I have come
The
out
Most
sleep.
High is thy keeper.
The Most High thy
The Most
keeper.
High is thy shade.
The Most High thy shade.
Upon the right hand.
Upon thy
The
right
sun
hand.
shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by
Nor
day,
the moon by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Most High shall preserve
The
thee
Most High shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
We shall preserve
The
thy
Most
soul.
High shall preserve thy going
The
out
Most High shall preserve thy
and
going
thy
out
coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth.
At this time forth,
Even forevermore.
and even forevermore. We will say Psalm 33. Alahayam. Alamayalaka. Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Kaya.
Al-Kayana.
Al-Kanaya. Al-Yaboka.
Waberka.
Wahamwam.
Yaham.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Raish.
Raish.
Aimaka.
Amaka.
Ra. Amwa.
Rairamu.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Efa.
Ya Aitazawa.
Aitazawo.
Aitazawanka.
Aitazawo.
Amwa.
Amawo.
Lakawa.
Akawo.
Wanaka. Yadam.
Wanakakadam.
Wagabia.
Gawia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazaka.
Zaka.
Shamyashala.
Nyasha.
Aiwada.
Aiwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Na Wa'atazawa.
Watazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakawada.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa. Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Bariat.
Bariat.
Yakaratawa.
Yakaratawa.
Alihaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Washamai.
Washamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Aba.
Waba.
Wagariam.
Garia.
Gabal.
Bal.
Wa'al Mawan.
Aimagan.
Wa'al Malakwat.
Ailamawat.
Pasalat.
Palashat.
Labanya Lawat.
Am Labayana Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Asha Lahawam. Amyashabia. Tazawa. Kamashawa. Lanawa.
Nalawo.
Aimam.
Ayamam.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Zawawai.
Awai.
Yabanelawat.
Abanyalawa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabian, Manakal, Pashawan, Nasha Ma Abua, Bayan Daira, Waka Zabak, Ayawa, Daman, Laadamwa, Ya Samwa, Sayam Tamwa, Nadam Ya Maabwa, Kairab, Wakaza Kabak, Wakazabak, Wakazal, Manai, Kalnaza, Ya Kamok, Asha, Amawa, Naya Rasha, Nanawa, At, Nawat, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Gangala, Takwash, Lapanarawak, Karish, Tabiara, Raiwa, Wakala Abak, Talahat, Awayam, Kantaradaima, Tarapadma, Basaraika, Wabasaka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashawa, Waya Bahalwa, Aliyai, Waya Karpawa, Waya Badwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayuwan, Aratiza,
Psalms 83, in English. Keep not outside.
Keep not outside. One more side.
Hold on thy peace.
Hold on thy peace.
Be not still.
And be not still.
One more side.
One more side.
For lo,
thy enemy. They get too much. And they that hate thee. And lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come.
Let us cut them off. Being a nation. The name of Israel. No one remember. But they have consulted together.
One consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
of
Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Philistine,
the
inhabitants of Tyre,
Assur,
also is joined with
them,
the
Falcon, the children of Lot, Salah, go unto them, and unto the Midianites, as to the Syria, as to Jobin, and the brook of Kishon, the spread of them,
came as down for the
earth, make them over, like Oreb, like Zeb, yea,
all the princes,
Azab,
Azaluna,
who said,
let's take to ourselves, out of the Most High possession,
out of the Most High possession, make them like a wheel,
suffer before the wind,
as the fire burning
the wood,
as the fire burning the wood,
the flame set the mountains on
and
fire,
the flame set the mountains on fire,
so persecute them, with thy tempest, make them afraid, with thy sword, fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Most High, let them be confounded, and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, perish, and men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. So, I imagine Shabbat, imagine Barak,
Yahweh Bashir Rashad Bakata,
Yajimata, dismiss.